Zundamon. Today, we're diving into one of the strangest AI stories of 2026.
What is it this time?
Anthropic announced an AI model so powerful, they said it could find zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system and browser.
That sounds like the opening of a cyber thriller.
Yep, and that was exactly the point. Today's question is simple. Was Claude Mythos just Anthropic's greatest marketing stunt?
I would say that is quite a try to investigate. What is the zero?
So, Anthropic introduced something called Claude Mythos Preview. It was wrapped inside a controlled program called Project Glasswing.
At an sort program, what does that mean?
Basically, only a few trusted organizations were allowed to touch the model. Anthropic said Mythos had already discovered thousands of high-severity vulnerabilities.
Already, the story had been shipped to the public.
Already. And here's the thing. The framing was very strong. It wasn't, here is a better coding model. It was, here is a model too dangerous to simply release.
That is quite a statement to make with, isn't it?
And that framing is going to matter a lot for the rest of the story. Anthropic's own lead team post made some bold claims. They said Mythos could identify and exploit zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system and browser. It even described advanced exploit chains, including browser sandbox escapes and local privilege escalation.
So this was not just a complete, touching the system at all.
Right, at least according to Anthropic. This was AI entering expert security research territory. And then Mozilla amplified the story in a big way.
Mozilla, the stars of people.
Yep. Firefox 150 shipped with fixes for 271 vulnerabilities found during an initial evaluation using Claude Mythos Preview.
271 foreign browsers that had that startups.
Mozilla described the results as vertigo-inducing. For a target this well-defended, even one such bug would have been alarming in 2025.
Guys, 3 back guys should ask. The other guys should be able to always need a complete exploit.
Good question. Mozilla itself added that nuance. A high-severity browser bug is not automatically a full practical exploit. Real-world compromise usually requires chaining several bugs through sandbroking and operating system mitigations.
Shut up, Shagwheel. That's not going to be a managed mode.
Exactly. Keep that distinction in mind. It will come back later. Now, imagine you are Anthropic. You have a model that can produce shocking security results. What do you do?
Publish a show that's a cut of paper products.
Yep. You launch Project Glasswing.
Of course you do.
And Project Glasswing pulled in some serious names. AWS, Apple, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA, JP Morgan Chase, the Lindon Nation, and more.
That is quite a guest list.
Anthropic also pledged up to $100 million in Mythos usage credits, plus $4 million in donations to open-source security organizations.
I'm afraid that is a serious connected as resources.
Here's the thing, though. This is where the central suspicion starts. Was this mainly a safety program? Or was it also a brilliant prestige campaign?
Could it be both, perhaps?
That is the honest answer. But the message was irresistible. Only a few trusted organizations may touch this model. Everyone else must wait outside the glass wall.
That does sound really cinematic.
Cinematic is exactly the word. And cinematic stories travel fast. Then Daniel Stanberg entered the conversation.
Daniel Stanberg, the 3 regulars us.
That's right. Curl runs in basically every device connected to the internet. Stanberg wrote a blog post about the Mythos scanning the curl codebase. And the result was not apocalyptic.
What happened?
The Mythos report initially claimed 5 confirmed security vulnerabilities. But after the cruel maintainers actually reviewed them, only 1 remained.
Only one. What were they not stored?
3 were false positives. 1 was an ordinary bug, not a security issue. And the remaining 1 was expected to become a low-severity CVE.
Wait, the model got deployed the first time. Zero days still no way. Sound man so gunk.
Yep, singular 1.
That is not bad. Don't need original signing. This again.
Stenberg's conclusion was blunt. He said the hype around Mythos looked, in his words, primarily marketing. And he saw no evidence from the curl test that Mythos found issues meaningfully better than other AI tools.
That is the kind of challenge that man's rather high.
It really does. This is the turning point of the whole story. Now, we should be careful here. The curl result is dramatic, but it does not fully debunk Mythos.
Another nine not.
Because curl is not an average code base. It has been fuzzed, audited, and Stenberg himself notes that previous AI tools had already triggered hundreds of bug fixes in curl over recent months.
시험부터 의식하시나라 부사학의 스탠을 반짝이게 줘야.
Exactly. Most of the easy bugs were already gone. And Stenberg admits the result is only 1 repository. Mythos might perform better on other targets.
少々私が靴をしましたにししみ。
Right. It proves the marketing claim should not be swallowed whole.
That seems my stay open it.
So here is the better interpretation. Mythos is probably a serious vulnerability discovery tool. But serious tool. Cyber custody of singularity are very different claims.
Here
is the part I want you to remember. The most important line from Stenberg may not be the marketing criticism at all. His broader warning about the industry. AI-powered code analyzers are now significantly better than traditional analyzers at finding security mistakes and projects that do not use them. Maybe being time for attackers to find those flaws first.
That is another killing story, isn't it?
The future is not one godlike model, finding every bug.
It is yet having bug hunting AI.
And that may be scarier.
Still AI quite a start.
Because attackers get the same tools that defenders do. AI vulnerability discovery is becoming widespread, cheap, and routine.
I see. Should be on shisk. It's not about a single model. It is about putting Kaya industry, changing us thoughts.
That's it exactly.
So,
Not just marketing. But maybe the strongest part of Mythos was not the model itself.
What was that then?
The myth. Anthropic did not merely announce an I model. It announced a forbidden weapon. It handed that weapon to elite defenders. It wrapped the whole thing in Zyberxertia panic. And then it called the package safety.
And then so has the Cuckoo's itself.
And suddenly, the godlike KI looked a lot more like a very good tool.
A very good tool is skilled in persons, fast assaults.
Sure, but very good tool does not make headlines the way forbidden does.
Yes, it's the most synthetic.
Yep, Mythos may be powerful, but the myth around Mythos may be even more powerful. Thanks for watching.
Until next time.